Damn. Episode 6, we get some deep, deep Lufus lore. And the fact that she really, 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 really likes her shiny objects. What conqueror doesn't like shiny objects, collecting them and storing them away somewhere? But yes, enough that she gets reprimanded by her subordinate. Her subordinate literally gave her a timeout. But yes, episode 6 of Dina is sus the animation. Another episode of seeing points in which Dina is being super sus. Overall, an okay episode. I wasn't really thrilled by this episode. Wasn't too much to really dive into. Just kind of more of the same, which is okay. The idea of getting more into Lufus, getting those emotions kind of brewing up, meeting Libra, which shrug. I'm kind of shrug on Libra so far. I'm hoping that, with her in the group, we'll get a nice mixture of, comedy to kind of mix things up. Probably very straight man, very straightforward type of character, calling things out. Yes, calling out that Dina wasn't in the party. I have some data over here that's corrupted that I can restore that probably Dina's in. No, she's not in there, which is technically very interesting. Like I said before, and again, I'm going to beat this dead horse because it's fun, interesting. The idea that Dina has the ability to manipulate people's minds, put memories in there. I assume that's what she did to Lufus and did that to Ares. Can't do that to a robot. Can't do that to a golem. Thus, Libra can't recall anything. It can't create data in there. So there's no mind to manipulate, and thus it kind of just comes down to, well, Libra assumes it's in this little data pack that's corrupted, and I'll restore it someday. I wonder if that might be the point which everything sort of gets revealed, and the idea that eventually, oh, I restore that data. There legit is no Dina here. I don't know. But yeah, Dina being super sus as always. But anyways, let's get to the episode proper. Again, I don't know if this will be a shorter video than usual because there's not too much dive into here. But yes, opening up the episode with the horrible hawk eyes. The hawk's eyes are absolutely horrible. It does seem like one of the guys eventually realizes Lufus is really powerful and is sort of carrying the party. I don't know why. I think this guy has somewhat of a brain. And he's going along with this because he knows it's an easy way to get in here. At some point, he realized Lufus is super powerful. Let's just let her carry us. let him carry us. We find out later on the reason why Dina is dragging them along is so that she can just manipulate them and use them as a way of, conquering the place without them getting attention. So she's super diabolical in that whole situation. But yes, eventually they run into a level 600 Gatekeeper. This is probably the biggest gut punch in the episode. I don't know why it got me kind of emotional. The idea that there's a level 600 Gatekeeper, because Lufus can't see the stats, means that it's not an ally. So Lufus is stand back. You guys are not going to be able to handle this again. I think they were level, 30 something? This thing's 600. So as he goes up there, one-shots the thing. But yes, afterwards saying, good job. You did a good job. Rest well. And the thing just welcome home. I was like, oh man, don't make me all emotional over a damn golem. It's welcome home, welcome home. I was hoping that it would imply later on that he restored it and then transferred back to the tower. It probably could still happen when he gets back to the tower. Maybe, Dina says, oh yeah, it's back. I got it right here. It's all good and everything. It's restored. But yeah, that was kind of sad. The fact that this thing was just welcome home after she destroyed it. But anyways, yes, after that says everybody stay back, goes to walk up the stairs, and yeah, kind of implies that this is hitting him. And it shouldn't hit him. He's yeah, I can see Lufus getting emotional over this. This is one of his subordinates, and it was trying very hard to uphold their position, stay there, guard the grave. And yeah, now it's hitting me for some reason. Why is that the case? Again, the mixed emotion thing, which is always kind of interesting. But yes, he eventually goes upstairs and finds Libra. The fight with Libra, pretty awesome. I was kind of very surprised by how well the studio did the fight itself. I mean, yes, it's mostly just, and flying around and zooping and things flying around left and right, but it was still cool. Yes, it is kind of goofy to see a robotic character that is literally pumping, busting out machine guns and stuff like that and rockets in a fantasy world. We're mixing genres here with fantasy and modern times and everything. Typically with a fantasy setting like this, it's back in the day when you have magic and swords and stuff like that, but now we have machine guns because why not? Robot. But yes, eventually it using its ability, which is Brashium or something like that, which is something that guarantees hits, and it's got fixed damage, all that kind of stuff, which I don't know why that said ignores all defenses and it does fixed damage. Typically when there's an ignoring of defenses, that means that there's no multipliers or percentage adjusting aspects to a damage. fixed damage typically means that it's fixed damage. It's fine. There's like 2 different stats there that apply the same thing, but it's fixed damage. Nothing's going to affect this thing. It's going to hit that much damage. That's what they're saying. So Lufus is like, yeah, this is going to... First time I'm going to take an actual damage, but I don't remember what his actual HP was at. I'm certain it was probably above 100,000, again, because he's supposed to be max level. But, yeah, it doesn't really affect him too much. He's able to get up there, use full repair, thus implying to Libra that, in fact, 100% now, you are, in fact, Lufus. Before... Apparently wasn't 100%, so still had to attack, but now that they know it's 100%, terminate mission, everything's over, the guard is over, collapse. It was a cool little moment there, acknowledging what Libra was doing this entire time, staying there for 200 years, guarding this one place because they believe that it's going to be their grave, but it's not actually their grave. But yes, that comes the problem, is Lufus now has to explain the situation to the people, but no, Dina has them covered. Oh yeah, you remember those people I dragged along with us? This was why. I wanted these people to literally be the scapegoat. They're going to take credit for everything. We're going to teleport everything out of here. Don't worry. They'll take the credit and they'll never remember who we are. When they wake up, they're like, yes, we conquered it. We did it. Even though we... What? Which, yeah, that does technically remind me. Seems that group that came there before them's dead. I would assume that, again, because she presumably used this ability that does 99,000 damage. But my assumption in the previous episodes was that he was going to come up there at the last second and block it or something like that. No, if they never got to those people, they're toast. Like, the ones that were selected by, like, the royalty or something like that as, like, the pristine team to go up there and conquer it. They got to Libra, somehow got past this level 600 golem, because they probably wouldn't have survived that, and, yeah, died. They toasted. Whoever was at the end of last episode, they toast. And instead, the Hawk's Eyes... Instead, the Hawk's Eyes get credit for it. That apparently they showed up and Libra was already defeated or near defeated and they just kind of finished her off. But no, I just love the reaction to Dina. God, you're like a scary woman. I'll gladly become a demon for your sake. Dina's a dork. I do get a kick out of the two of them and their chemistry. It's just, Dina's a dork. Again, she's sus, and she's definitely like a lot of the comedy and jokes I make every episode about how sus she is, but she just reminds me so much of Aqua from Konosuba. The failed goddess, just this dork that has like insane powers but just know what to do with it. Anyways, that's when they go to the treasury room. I love it when they first arrive there. Dina's like, okay, Ares, grab all the equipment and useful stuff as fast as possible, because Lufus is going to start grabbing a bunch of useless junk. What are you talking about? I don't remember that being in my lore or something like that, the fact that they collect all these shiny things, and sure enough, like, you have a whole bunch in your hands. When did this stuff appear in my hands? And they're like collecting all this stuff and it keeps looking at Lufus. I got this like shiny pig thing, just a bunch of stuff that's just made of solid gold. They're useless. And he just keeps picking stuff up. That's a ceremonial thing. Put that down. Put that down. Put that down. Go sit down, Lufus. Just sitting over there with a little statue and Libra's just asleep. That was probably the funniest part of the episode. Just the fact that, again, Dina, who's like a background character NPC, supposedly, that is like just an advisor, is now literally reprimanding the conqueror and saying, go sit down, get in your spot over there with your dunce cap. It was dorky. It was super dorky. I love it. But yeah, they send everything back. Had to go collect all the golems. He's like, who the hell built this big freaking place? And then yes, we wake up Libra. Get her some new clothes, wake her up, and then say that they're, changing their mission, that we're going to go find the 12 heavenly stars, and that they want you to go with us. And doesn't seem like Libra has any sort of knowledge of where the 12 heavenly stars is, which makes sense, again, because she's been in that grave place for 200 years, inside that little graveyard. Like, there's no knowledge about what's happening in the outside world. Has to turn to Dina instead, and Dina mentions the small village at the base of the mountain, which apparently is Lufus's hometown, which is where all the Heaven Winged were at, or was at, because apparently Pathonos the Maiden decided to erect a barrier that has pretty much driven out all enemies and protects all the monsters and plants in there, and in effect made it completely uninhabitable. I love how Lufus is like, oh, finally, one of my 12 heavenly stars is not causing problems. Yeah, they drove out all of your people, and yeah, it's uninhabitable. Damn it, I take it back. Funny little punchline at the very end there. But yes, during this conversation, of course, Libra has to be introduced to Dina, because doesn't know who Dina is. You unfamiliar person, I'm sorry that I caused you trouble. Not this again. You don't know who I am? You don't know who I am? No, I have no record of you. Searching database, nothing in there. Luffy's for some reason not finding this completely suspicious. Oh, don't worry about it. It was a background character. You probably don't remember her, but definitely an advisor. Oh, then it must be a data loss somewhere there. I have a little spot that's kind of messed up, so I'll repair that. Nah, it's not gonna be there, Libra. It's not gonna be there, Libra. Anyways, overall, like I said, okay episode. Not like extremely interesting, but again, getting some Luffy lore and the idea of like shiny stuff and introducing Libra, which I'm hoping will be a nice little asset to the group, because we pretty much right now have like the dorky, very resourceful person. We have the Otokonoko that's super cute and a little bit more like immature in how they think about things. And then you have Libra, which is going to be very calculative and very kind of stone-faced. So very emotional, stone-faced. Probably a lot of the logic thinking between Dina and Libra is probably going to be a lot of conflict there. And then having Aries just kind of in the middle, just kind of not wanting to get involved, but being very brash about what they decide to do. That's kind of where I'm thinking the chemistry is going to go. Hopefully this Pathanos the Maiden ends up being a really solid character as well, but we'll see. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you hit the like button down below, like this content, you want to support channel more, become a member of the channel. Until next time, you'll take care.